Hi guys, it's Tanya. Welcome back to my channel. And today I wanted to share with you my experience of opening a Japanese bank account at JP Post Bank. Because opening a bank account in Japan is complicated. It's difficult. It's more difficult than it should be. I just wanted to share my experience, hoping that maybe it might help to someone out there. I needed a bank account because I found a part-time job and I needed to receive my salary. There are two banks that deal in English in Japan. That's why they're quite popular with foreigners. And these banks are Shinsei Bank and Citibank, but Citibank was like, now it has a different name here. I went to the Citibank and I asked them to open my account, but they told me that I cannot open it yet because I can only open an account after 6 months after my arrival. So it's quite a long time, half a year. I have to wait for half a year after my arrival to be able to open an account, and it is like crazy. And then the HR lady who hired me for my part-time job, she told me that I can go to a post office and I can open an account at a post office. So that's what I did. And the documents that I needed to bring my resident card. So if you come to Japan for longer than 3 months, on your arrival at the airport, you receive this plastic resident card. It has your information like your birthday, how long you're going to stay and stuff like that, and on the other side it has your address. I brought that. Also, you need to bring a hanko. Hanko is your personal seal, your personal stamp. They use it here in Japan instead of signature. Now, I didn't have a hanko, but I made it especially for this purpose. Now, I read in some articles on the internet that some people didn't need the hanko to open the bank account, but in my case I did. In my case, the place where I went, they asked for hanko and I was lucky that I had it. Maybe in your case, maybe you will not need. Maybe you just have to find the post office that doesn't require hanko, but it's gonna be complicated because my story was as follows. So I don't speak any Japanese. And I don't have any Japanese friend here because I came like 3 weeks ago. I don't have any Japanese friends. Like Google Translate is my best friend. So I went to a big post office at Shibuya Station because I thought that since it's a very big post office, I thought I would have higher chance of finding a person who could speak at least some English. That's why I went there. And I was right, there was a girl she spoke decent English, so she was able to communicate with me. But as soon as she saw my address on my resident card, she said like, I'm sorry, you cannot open your account here. You have to go to your local post office. And I'm like, okay. So I left, and then I decided to go to Shibuya Station because Shibuya Station is also quite a big station and they also have a very big post office there. So I went there and again they told me the same thing, that I need to go to my local post office and open an account there. So I gave up, but I just went to my local post office. But my local post office is very small and of course no one spoke English, like only hello, name, phone number, address, like, you know, the simple words. But yeah, since I had no choice, I just came there. So I brought my documents. Also, by the way, if you're opening your account for, like me, to receive your salary, you need to bring information about your place of work. So you need to bring the name of the organization, address of the organization, and phone number. So prepare that because I didn't have it and I had to go home and bring it. After you come, they give you like 3 forms. They are all in Japanese, but they ask very simple things. They ask like your name. Also prepare your name in katakana. You have to know how to write your name in katakana. What I did, I just found websites on the internet that kind of translate your name into katakana, and I just took screenshots and brought it, and it worked for me. So that was fine. The guy helped me to fill out the forms since I didn't understand like a word what was written there. So the forms will ask your name in katakana and also in English, and then they will ask your phone number and they will ask your address. In my case, I had to write my address in Japanese, but my address is in kanji. Like, I don't know how to write kanji, and so the guy, he had to spell it for me on like a piece of paper, and I would just copy it after him. And I was like, can you just write it for me in the form? He's like, no, you have to write it yourself. I'm like, okay. So I just copied what he wrote, and it was kind of complicated because, you know, kanji can get very complicated, but that's okay. And then also your birthday, they will ask for your birth year in Hansei system, but at my post office they had like a table that kind of helps you to translate like a regular year to the Hansei system. And yeah, if you don't have any Japanese friend, at least come with Google Translate because, for example, I just filled out the form in like regular letters, like, you know, when you write, but you needed to write it in capital letters, and like I didn't understand the word capital letters that he was saying to me, so he had to write it on Google Translate, and then after Google Translate I understood. So there are like small things that like they will try to explain you, and if you don't understand Japanese, like there is no way to understand it. And then I needed to wait, like, choose my PIN number, and then you finally receive your bank account, bank book like this, and you will receive your card in 1 or 2 weeks by post, but you have to receive it personally, so they will not just leave it in like your mailbox. You have to be at home. So if you are not at home, they will leave like a notice at your mailbox, and you will have to go to the post office and specify the date and the time when you are home, so they would bring the card to you at that particular time. I'm very happy that I finally opened the account. Now I have it. It was doable. It was not that hard, but it was painful. You know, without speaking the Japanese, there were a lot of clumsy moments, misunderstanding. So for example, the guy, he wanted to ask me like, do you need this account to receive your salary? And he wanted to write the word salary, but like Google Translate works, it's kind of complicated when you want to write in Japanese, because you have to write it in English letters, and then English letters are kind of changed into hiragana, and then hiragana can be changed into kanji. So, and the guy, sometimes he couldn't figure out how to spell a particular word in English. It was like he wrote, but the word that was like shown to me, like the English meaning, was cucumber. And he's like, cucumber? I'm like, cucumber? Like what? He's like, cucumber? I'm like, I'm sorry, cucumber is a vegetable. And he didn't understand, so I just typed the word cucumber in Google search bar, and then I showed him the picture, and I'm like, is this what you mean? He's like, no. And then he had to change the spelling of the word, and then it was salary, and then I understood it, like, yeah, he's asking whether I need the account for the salary. So, you know, there were some clumsy moments, and the guy, I could see that he was kind of, yeah, it was hard for him, but he was very patient, and he was very kind and polite, and I'm so grateful to him for that. Yeah, and I'm very grateful that finally I have my bank account and now I can use it. That was complicated, but that was okay. It was doable. It was painful, but it was doable. And yeah, and by the end of this whole experience, both of us were very happy that it has finished and that now I have my account and that now I can go and I can leave. Both of us were very happy about it. So yeah, that's my experience. I highly recommend bringing someone who speaks Japanese if you have somebody. If you don't have, well, at least prepare Google Translate like I did, but it's gonna be hard. And yeah, that's all. I hope it was somewhat helpful to somebody, hopefully. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.
If I had 1,000 tongues, I would sing with everyone. Voices like a mountain song.